Hi guys, I'm Marcel. Welcome back to The Pulse. Now I've been meaning to make this video for a while, so my thanks to those of you that have asked for it, and thanks for your patience while I've sort of been working my way to this. I wanted to give some of the newer supplements some time to take root, see how I feel taking them, and get more of a picture to share with you, which I feel like I'm ready to do now. So I take a lot of supplements, and most of them are all DoNotAge, except for the vitamin C zinc that you maybe saw in the thumbnail. They're all DoNotAge. Now I take them because, well, I stick with one. I'm a creature of habit for one thing, and that has led me to good habits and bad habits over the years. But because I got burned by a fake NMN at one point in time for several months and did feel the dip in energy, I guess I just felt like, well, I guess you plateau after a while, and I just kept taking it, and then I realized it was fake. That really made me gun shy, and once I found out that these guys were reputable, and then the more and more I found out about Vera Grobinova on their science board, I've just stuck with them. You can get these supplements elsewhere. I do have a discount code if you want to use DoNotAge, but I don't want you to feel like, this is some kind of commercial, because it really is just my story that I continue to share with you. I don't even recommend to other people to take this many supplements. I've added a lot of things out of experimentation. I think, people have called it the rabbit hole. I've headed down it with caution. I've taken things slowly. I've changed my viewpoint about dietary supplements over the past couple of years. I do view them as food supplements now and just sort of enhancing my food supply and the energy I get from my food supply. And it's worked out really well for me. I'm feeling increasingly better and better. And so I really haven't pulled back. I may at some point, through blood tests, at some point in time, start peeling back some of these, but that I just haven't felt the need so far. And we'll see how the battery of tests goes as I'm about to enter a testing phase to see where I am. And I'll, of course, share all that with you as well. Now, I start out my day with collagen. That is a new one. I've only taken it for a couple months. I've been reluctant to say too much about it. First of all, because I really like it. I like taking it. I put it in my coffee. The first thing I do in the morning is I start the coffee machine. I usually prepare it all the night before, so all I have to do is push a button while I'm waking up. I'm not a morning person, I should warn you. Although I do look forward to the mornings more than any other part of day nowadays, because I just like my routine. I've just become really comfortable with it, and it's a great way for me to start my day and get going. And I like it. I like my morning coffee, and I do like putting the collagen in it. Other people have mentioned this too. That it's kind of got a satisfying aspect to it. It's protein. It's the most prevalent protein in your body. It does have about 70 calories for 10 grams of this. The scoop's pretty big. I put that in the coffee in the morning. It keeps the coffee hotter for some reason. I guess more substance in the coffee. It's good for your skin, hair, joints. Seems to work. I've been getting, now, unfortunately, I'm not getting more hair, but it is growing faster. So I'm having to groom it a little more often. I noticed the eyebrows going faster, nails growing faster. That's really good for sport, because I end up breaking my nails a lot, especially toenails with tennis, a lot of footwork. They seem to be stronger. I'm not getting as many ingrown toenails or broken toenails lately. I've had a lot that I've had to deal with those. They seem to be a bit stronger, so they're not as fragile. I certainly don't tear them. I find myself not biting them, and I'm clipping them more often. So I don't know, just some anecdotal stuff that's been interesting. For me, I enjoy it most in the morning. That's the biggest thing for me about collagen, and so I don't anticipate stopping that one. As a matter of fact, I may try a couple scoops. I've heard of people feeling really good with 20 grams. I've been sticking the first couple months to the 1 scoop a day. I may, in the second cup of coffee, do another scoop. I'll keep you posted on that. The next thing I do after that coffee, I'll usually have a cup and a half, pretty good sized cup. I like coffee in the mornings. I don't usually do coffee in the afternoons or evenings, sometimes a half a cup. But in the mornings, I really do enjoy it. That's really the highlight of my day. Then after that sort of subsides, about 9 o'clock, 9:30 sometimes, I start with my NMN. I do a scoop, and then that's 500 milligrams. Then I do another scoop for that first gram, and I do a third scoop in the afternoons before my more intense aerobic style workouts. Before the second scoop, so after that dissolves, I take it under the tongue. After that NMN resolves, and NMN, I've documented extensively the benefits. I kind of consider this whole wellness routine as this being the cornerstone of all of the supplement taking for me. If there's one thing I think is more important than the rest, it would certainly be NMN. It's the thing I feel immediately. It has a rejuvenating effect, and there is more and more science behind NAD+, which this boosts in your bloodstream. As you've seen, if you've seen my recent videos, there's more and more science supporting NAD boosting. Before that second one, I do take TMG, one of these. I take one in the morning with that second scoop of NMN, and I take one in the evening. TMG stands for trimethylglycine. It's also called betaine. It's great for your organ health. It's great for your methylation, which NMN can subdue. So coming from David Sinclair, he highly recommends if you're going to take NMN. He doesn't recommend any of this stuff, but he says if you're going to do it, you should probably take TMG along with it, which I do. And I can't say that I feel anything from it. When I took the Amazon stuff, I felt like I drank a cup of coffee, so I kind of wonder about some of those brands. With DoNotAge, I feel smooth. It's really nothing. It's not caffeinated feeling. Another thing about TMG is a lot of weightlifters take it. There's a lot of science behind it that it's great for your bones, and so a lot of those guys take it. After that, I then go and shower. Yes, I take a shower every day. I'm sure you're happy to hear. I apologize in advance for this video shot, but something in the shower is important to share with you, that I take a cold shower. So I start hot, and then I switch it to cold. And for about 3 to 5 seconds, it's uncomfortable. It's shocking. It's full on cold. And this time of year, we're almost November in Germany, and that water is cold. But man, does it feel great. And I feel much better. It's synergistic with the whole routine that I do. It feels really great. My muscles feel great from all my workout. I feel like it enhances everything I'm doing. And probably the most immediately gratifying thing has to be that I don't feel worn down from a hot shower. Sometimes I kind of have that kind of like zapped feeling, or I'll even be perspiring. All that's gone from the cold water, and I just feel ready to go. I've really hooked. I'm really hooked on cold shower therapy. Every morning I do that. After that, obviously get dressed, and I do the neti pot. The neti pot has a solution that you can get with them if you buy the Neomed stuff. There's a couple other brands out there. I've been doing this for like 15 years. Put the packets in warm water. I microwave a mug of water just to the right temperature. And you don't want to use cold water, I promise you, pouring it. And you pour it through one side of the sinus. I won't give you the whole graphic video of that, just a piece. And then I pour it through the other side, drains everything out. For me, it's a great way to start the day. Again, it's synergistic with everything. I've done it for a long, long time. It's probably the first, wellness kind of measure that I took. But now I used to do it twice a day. Now I find I just can do one in the morning, and I'm good for the whole day. I don't have any other allergy problems, which I attribute to the overall wellness approach. And quercetin's said to be great for allergies, although they were already subsiding before. When I started to alternate quercetin with resveratrol, I'll talk about in a moment, my allergies went away completely, which is shocking because I've had them my whole life. So I've been really happy about that. After that, I go ahead and do my stretching routine. Now, stretching routine is, again, synergistic with everything. It seems to be cumulative, so the longer I do it, the more limber I feel. It takes a while to feel results from stretching. So if you're going to get into this routine, which I absolutely recommend, I made a head-to-toe video. I'm now under 30 minutes a day doing that, and I feel immediately limber after the stretching. It's really, really great. I'm hooked on that too now. It did take me several months to get to a point where I would just feel great after the stretching. I never really got 100%, with it in the early months. So it's something that if you're going to do, I do it most days, about I would say 9 out of 10. Once in a while I miss a day. But 90% of the time, I definitely do the 30-minute stretch, and it really has been helpful. I cannot recommend it enough. Head to toe stretching. I stretch pretty much every part of the body, the neck, the ankles, the back, the legs, wrists, elbows, shoulders, all kinds of things. So definitely recommend the stretching routine. And I do believe that it brings the supplements out. It's great for your circulation, and it spreads those supplements throughout your body, and you get great results in your extremities and all your joints. Then after the stretching, I'm ready to eat, because by that time it's usually like 11:30-ish, sometimes 12, sometimes even later, depending on how much work I do in the morning. I do work for a couple hours while I'm doing the coffee and the NMN, and I do work in the morning, and then I'm pretty hungry after all of that stuff that I just detailed. And so then I prepare that super yogurt that I've talked about many times. It's about 8 or 9 spoons of yogurt. And then I mix in either Resveratrol, which I think I used for this video in the clip that I'm showing you. And then, or the other day, I'll do Quercetin. Usually 1 capsule, but I may raise that to 2. I don't know. You can take 2 of these, it's no problem. But the one's been enough for me. Quercetin's been great, as I say, and I alternate it with Resveratrol because they're very similar. And I really have been comfortable with that mixture, with that routine of sort of alternating those. Before I eat the yogurt, however, I do take my CA-AKG, which is a calcium-delivered alpha ketoglutarate. It converts white fat to brown, which is a healthier form of fat. It's, again, great for bone health. A lot of athletes also take CA-AKG. It's a great anti-aging supplement. It's been shown to rejuvenate animal model organisms, and more science is coming out positively about CA-AKG. Again, very natural. I also take my Sirt6 Activator before I eat that yogurt. The Sirt6 Activator is basically just a seaweed extract that was discovered by Vera Gorbunova, who was the head of that science board for DoNotAge. By the way, David Sinclair's son works in Vera Gorbunova's lab, and they've co-published a lot of papers together. So she's highly credible. If you haven't heard of her, you should research some of her. I made a video with asking Vera some questions, which she answered. She's great. She's really thorough, and she's quite careful about her research and what she talks about. So she really has great evidence base behind a lot of her stuff, and she checks out all these supplements for DoNotAge, which is really nice to have that science board behind them. I have been doing Fisetin. When I take Fisetin, I also put it in the yogurt. I don't take Quercetin or Resveratrol on those days. I've been doing 3 days twice a month. I'm up to 6 capsules, going to go to 8. 10 of these 400 milligram capsules would be the Mayo Clinic protocol. But I've been really good with 6. I'm really reluctant to go any higher than that. Even 4 felt great. 6 has been awesome. On the Superman scale, those 3 days are definitely my most energetic days of the month. Long burn energy, able to exercise without stopping for hours. And I've talked about this before. I'm a big fan of Fisetin. I don't take Resveratrol, Quercetin, or Spermidine on the days when I take Fisetin. So even though this is 14 supplements, it really is 12 that I take per day, no more than. So, and some of these twice a day. Take the TMG later again in the day, take the CA-AKG later again in the day. Now, let me get back to the super yogurt for a moment, because the yogurt is synergistic with it all. This is my favorite meal of the day. Maybe that's why I look forward to mornings so much, because I get to do all these fun things like the stretching, like the neti pot, like the cold shower, all the stuff that feels great, the NMN, the coffee with the collagen in the morning. I mean, by noon, I am really starting to roll, and I'm really ready to eat. And I love the super yogurt that I've been making. I don't get tired of it. After after I mix in whatever flavonoid I'm putting, whether it's quercetin or Fisetin or the resveratrol, after I mix that in, I put in some grains, some organic grains. It's great for fiber. It's great for the consistency, the taste of the yogurt. It's great that way. And I put some kind of berries. A lot of these berries contain a lot of these flavonoids as well, resveratrol in the berries, so it is, again, synergistic, great for the metabolism. And then I take pistachios. I love these. Great source of protein, great source of good fat. I love pistachios with this yogurt. I'm really hooked on that too. And I break the shells fresh and put them in there. And they are roasted, but they're unsalted. And just love them with that yogurt. It's really been a win for me. After the yogurt, I have my Apigenin. Now, pure Apigenin inhibits CD38 and basically also can cause your NAD levels to go up because CD38 can reduce your NAD levels. So I do take that. I also take a Sulforaboost. Sulforaboost is a form of sulforaphane. It exists in plants and it can reduce your cancer risk. And it exists in broccoli sprouts and it's super healthy. And I've just been enjoying it. I don't know. It's not something I feel when I take, but I feel good about taking it, if that makes sense. Because I don't get enough broccoli. Then I get into my vitamin taking. Magnesium has been super helpful for my sore muscles. This has vitamin D. If you're taking magnesium, you should be taking vitamin D with it, vitamin D3, and it also has K2. This does come from DoNotAge, very convenient, and I go ahead and take that again after the yogurt. The other thing I take after is C, zinc, and E. This comes from local grocery store. Germany has pretty good laws. They're very strict about things, and I trust their vitamins. It's cost effective. I stopped taking this a couple weeks ago for like 4 or 5 days. I ran out and I just was busy and kept forgetting it at the grocery store. And I did start to feel, I don't know if the word is vulnerable. I didn't feel sick, but I felt a little more run down. And I was like, okay, could that be the C and the zinc? It wasn't anywhere like a crash, okay? It wasn't a withdrawal symptom or anything like that, but I wasn't quite my chipper self that I'm used to being now. And when I went back on it a day or two later, I felt great again. So there is something to the C and zinc, as many people can attest. After that, it's pause. I get like 3-4 hours at least of afternoon work done. Sometimes after all that work, a bit of a nap. I usually don't nap anymore. If I do, it's 20-30 minutes, and I really feel rejuvenated. About 4 or 5 p.m., I do that other NMN. I'll do some aerobic exercise. I'll do weightlifting in the evenings. My best time of day is that 5 to 6 p.m. period. I feel like that's when I feel my best. I really feel like a 25-year-old at that point. That I've worked my way up to that point all day, and I ride it out into the evening. Tonight's 9 p.m., and after I finish this video, I'm still going to do my weightlifting routine, which takes me about an hour with all these weights that are always behind me in the video here. If you could see some of them, the dumbbell routine that I do, a lot of them, and I've worked my way up in weights on those as well. And but in the after dinner, I do a Spermidine, and then I do a hyaluronic acid, which is also good for the joints. Also comes out of Vera Gorbanova's lab. Her research, Spermidine activates autophagy, which is repairing damaged cells. I know David Sinclair started taking this one as well. And the hyaluronic acid, oh my gosh, it's the research is very exciting. Vera Gorbanova is usually very subdued, and she's super excited about the results they're getting so far with DNA repair with the hyaluronic acid, and skin and joints improving, getting joint pain really going away. When you consider combining that with the collagen, I have no joint pain at all, which you would think that would start to increase as you age, but I just haven't had any problems. And then, as I said, in the evening, I do take another Apigenin. I take that second TMG, and I take that CA-AKG, all that before bed. And it's been a great day. And I'm just on repeat. I'm feeling better and better each day, each month. I'm wondering how far this is going to go. My mindset is now to plan towards getting things done the next several years. I have a lot of ambitious goals to get done, even more videos, even another video channel or two. And I'm really grateful for this whole routine. I'm grateful for David Sinclair, even though he and I don't quite agree on the clinical reality of the NAD boosting right now. I'm a big fan, and I'm very grateful for him. I wouldn't be here doing this stuff and doing as well as I am if it wasn't for David Sinclair, DoNotAge, Vera Gorbanova. So thanks to them. And if you want to save 10%, as I said, in the description are links to all these supplements and as well as the discount code, The Pulse. See you guys soon. I hope you've enjoyed this update in my now massive supplement routine. Thanks for watching.